Hi, it just cut me off, so I'm just going to continue with a part two. As far as my thinking for this case study, I was very concerned about the stress level of the students, but also the teachers and the staff of having such high expectations all the way around. I was also thinking, what are some of the supports that are in place to help students deal with their stress, but also for new teachers to make sure that they're being as effective as possible in learning and growing. Some of the things that I value are just the dedication of teachers. They really are a dedicated bunch in and out of school and emotionally and basically all the way around invested in their students and the academic achievements. Valuing just the stress that students put on themselves to be high achievers and compete at a high level academically. And also just the support of parents. So supporting in the consequences or whatever the procedures and protocols fall out for the situation. And those parents who are going to be supportive to make sure that their children are emotionally taken care of and coping and dealing with the stresses of school appropriately. And just valuing the honesty of students. So if you give students a chance to actually talk in a way that they're going to be listened and respected, then they're usually pretty honest and open about what's happening, how they're feeling, and what they think should be happening. Some of the unresolved issues are just supports that are in place for the high stress of the academic achieving students, and making sure that there are support groups or academically supported people, guidance counselors, whatnot for the students. Making sure that Ms. Tate is getting as much support and development as possible to help her grow as an effective teacher. And any of the gaps or discrepancies in the policy of the district, if it's a zero tolerance district, is that really the best policy when you have such high achieving students to have one situation that kind of gets blown up, ruin their life forever? And if it's restorative, how are all the levels of harm being restored to make sure that the school is a safe and welcoming place to be? And just in the policy, is there anything that the district has set up to prevent things like this from happening again? For my reflection, as far as integrity, I think I showed integrity in my steps by taking immediate action. It's showing the Ms. Tate that I believe her, I understand the severity of the situation, and I want to get right down to it. By having the students step up to this investigation, it gives them a chance to be honest and open about what's happening and what they know, but also communicating with parents about the situation to make sure that the wellness of their children are being taken into consideration and keeping them in the loop of everything. As far as fairness, I didn't go in attacking William or having him come in and accusing him of things. Instead, taking a general investigation approach, it allows us to find the information and have some evidence to back us up when we go to talk to a student, so that it doesn't feel like we're attacking them and that we're keeping it kind of a fair, open dialogue. Allowing both the teacher and the student to express their feelings and have an open discussion about things. It allows it to be fair on both sides, and so that both sides can see where possible faults were and how things came to be this extreme. And attempting to come up with a resolution that won't make Miss Tate feel like she needs to quit and that she's not supported and safe at school, but also a way that the student can understand the consequences of their actions without it taking away their future for an academic sense. And finally, the ethical manner. By not jumping to conclusions and by kind of going through a whole investigation that shows some of the ethical sides of my procedures, and trying to relieve the situation without permanent consequences to the student's record. So not making sure that this one situation doesn't ruin them forever, but also just making sure that both sides feel really supported throughout the whole process, because everyone wants to feel like they're respected and that they're trusted, and that can only happen when you are showing support and allowing both sides to have a say in the situation. So thank you for sticking with me through part two, and hopefully this one